What's up guys, RoyalZProduction here, and today we're going to be talking about my video production company, Subtle Cinematics. So in this video, we're going to be introducing the entire team because everybody is going to be involved in this YouTube channel here on RoyalZProduction. We're not just going to be posting just music video tutorials going forward. We're going to be, touching on corporate videos. Kyle's going to be breaking down business tips for filmmakers. Dyson will be doing camera reviews or lens reviews. Matt will be doing editing reviews. We're just going to start implementing everything that we actually do on a day-to-day and what we know and what we do best into this channel to make you guys better filmmakers.
I'm Dyson Nordwick-Chan, I'm 20 years old, and I'm a content creator here at Subtle Cinematics. My favorite part of the filmmaking process is making treatments and storyboards. I love coming up with new ideas and seeing them come to fruition. Anastase is the first filmmaker I ever looked up to. I remember I was 17 years old, hanging out at his house with his younger brother, and he was editing some videos, so I asked him if I could actually watch him edit. That was the moment that I kind of knew that I was falling in love with videography, and from there, I just kind of started to pursue it, and every single time I had a video, I would ask Anastase for some tips, and he eventually became basically one of the reasons why I became a filmmaker, as well as he's basically shaped me into the filmmaker that I am today. It's come to the point now where me and Anastase just work so well on set together. We know exactly what each other are thinking, and it's helped us build a relationship where it's a little bit of competition because we're always challenging each other on how we can get better.
My name is Kyle Whitrow. I'm 26 years old, and I am the co-founder and managing partner of Subtle Cinematics. I knew from a young age that I wanted to become an entrepreneur. I saw the lifestyle that my uncle was living, and it inspired me. I actually started my first business when I was in high school. It was a custom clothing brand that was a part of a project for my entrepreneurship class in high school. Obviously, it didn't amount to much, but it was the start of my journey as an entrepreneur. I've been involved in a lot of businesses since then, most of which have ended up in failures. I know it's cliche, but it's within those failures that I've learned how to run a successful video production company today. My path with video production started out as a hobby. My late father bought me a GoPro camera when I was in high school. I then took that camera and started to film trips traveling around with my friends, our snowboarding trips, and I started to establish a love for video production. I continued to film videos throughout my tenure of studying for my business admin undergrad at the University of Regina. I ended up convocating in 2017, and shortly after this, I recognized the increasing demand for video production in the world of business, and more importantly, digital marketing.
My name is Sitch, Carrick. I'm 20 years old, and I am a content creator here at Subtle Cinematics. The thing that I love most about filmmaking is that it allows me to explore and express my creativity. My favorite part of the filmmaking process is post-production. I find that when I bring my footage back into the editing suite, this is where all of my ideas come to play. My filmmaking career started a couple months after picking up my first camera. I was always out shooting photos because video had never crossed my mind. I decided to shoot an automotive video for my car. It wasn't very good, but it was a start that led me to where I am today.
So I've already kind of touched on the topic of how I got into filmmaking, but for any new subscribers, I'm going to kind of retell the story a little bit if you guys haven't heard it yet before. So basically, when I graduated high school, my aunt and uncle gifted me a Canon T3i camera. And around this time, I was also really involved in the car scene. I had a cool car back then and everything. So I was hanging out with one of my friends during one summer night, and he saw the camera underneath my desk, and he's like, yo, we should take this thing out and take some photos of our cars. So we went out, took some photos of our cars. I took them back into Lightroom or something, and I kind of fell in love with like the editing process of photos, and the photos actually turned out half decent. So I thought I would go out again on my own and take some photos of my own car. I must have messed up the camera settings or something because I put it into video mode on the T3i. So I actually couldn't figure out how to put it back into photo mode. So I thought that I would just try out video. So I took a cool little video of my car and took it back into iMovie, edited it up, and I just absolutely love the editing process. I love that I could, take a whole idea and just make it into a visual like movie or like mini video, and also showcase it on YouTube. I thought like YouTubing was a really cool thing, that you could actually have a platform that you could post all of these videos onto, and they're just pretty much there forever for people to consume. So it was through YouTube where I just got super hooked on filmmaking as a whole, and it came from an automotive video channel. The channel was called Crispy Media, Chris Petruccio. He's located out of New York, and at this time he had maybe only 4,000 or 5,000 subscribers, and he just produced really top-notch automotive videos back in like 2013, 2014. So he was super OG. At this point now, he's got like over 500,000 subs, and he is like the guy to go to for cinematic automotive videos. But I just remember watching his videos, and not just like watching them for the fun of it or just for the car that he was featuring, but more so studying and like dissecting his camera angles that he was getting. So back then, gimbals weren't really a thing. I purchased my first gimbal, which was also the gimbal that Chris used on his automotive sets. It was the Ghost V3 by SIC Visuals. Now this thing costed like $3,000, and you might be saying it's a waste of money now because you can find Ronin M's for $300 or $400 used, but back then there was no such thing as Zhiyun cranes. There wasn't such thing as Ronin M's or full-size Ronins. It was literally just this random gimbal company somewhere in the States that sold these things. So I remember purchasing that gimbal and using it on all my automotive sets. But yeah, watching his videos was just super inspiring just because I feel that he was so ahead of his time. Like just the camera angles and the color grading that he was doing was just like on a whole other level. Like he was really using the technology that we had at that time to its full potential. So during my time of filming automotive videos and just kind of doing it as a hobby, I was also taking classes in university. And I feel that the idea of this filmmaking thing becoming an actual career kind of sparked when I was sitting in university classes and literally editing car videos, or when I should have been studying for a final, I was finishing up a free car video. So I think at this point, even my parents were kind of like, okay, well, you're not paying attention in school. You would rather go out and shoot these videos. You should maybe look into this as a career.
Video production is one of, if not the most important tool in the world of digital marketing. And the demand for video is increasing year after year at an alarming rate. Because of this, I recognized that I could turn my hobby into an entrepreneurial journey and a career path.
So after consistently posting local automotive video features on my YouTube channel here on RoyalZProduction, I was approached by a local marketing company to film corporate videos for them. So I was hired there because of my YouTube channel. And keep in mind, I barely had any job experience before this. So my YouTube channel basically got me a video job at a marketing company. So I worked at this company for a little over 2.5, 3 years. And that's when I left about February of 2019 to freelance full time.
At which point in time, I was in the process of starting a video production company by myself, and I caught wind of this, and something just clicked. It is difficult to explain, but at that point in time, I just knew that Anastase was meant to be my business partner. And to be honest, I didn't really know Anastase that well at the time. What I did know is that he was extremely hardworking, and he's the best videographer in Saskatchewan.
Kyle actually hit me up when he caught wind that I left this marketing company to freelance full time. He approached me to start a video production company, where I actually turned him down on it just because I wanted to film videos independently. I didn't want any sort of like structure to it. I wanted to take on as many travel opportunities as I could for music videos.
I saw the endless potential of us being business partners, with him being the creative director and me focusing on the business. The opportunities were endless. So what I did is I continued to put myself in front of him. So as 2019 progressed, I kept asking him, hey man, do you want somebody to come out and film behind the scenes for your YouTube channel that you are ultimately watching me on today? It was through these experiences where I kept putting myself in front of him to show him the value that I could bring as a business partner. Later in 2019, we ended up going to Calgary together to film a couple music videos for clients of his, Wild Nation. This was the trip, or the moment in time, that he kind of recognized who I was, and he really got to know me as a person and the value that I can bring to a video production company. In December of 2019, I got a message from Anastase, and he asked me if I wanted to sit down and go for coffee. At this point in time, he had decided that he was ready to take the leap of faith and start a business together. So fast forward 2 months, February of 2020, and we started Subtle Cinematics. We are the Swiss Army knife of production companies. We pretty much film in every niche and industry that you can imagine, whether that's agriculture, weddings, corporate, fitness, automotive, events, you name it, we create cinematics in that niche. Going forward, you are going to see myself and our team on this channel. I'm going to be an open book when it comes to the business of video production.
So here at Subtle Cinematics, we take a very modern approach to a film company. So by modern approach, especially at a local level where we live, we YouTube, we make digital assets, we post Instagram content that most people don't post around here. So you'll see a lot of split screen behind the scenes. We're very heavy into the behind the scenes and showing people, whether they're filmmakers or just an average local person who has never touched a camera in their life, that we know what we're doing and we're comfortable enough showing what we do on camera, and that's why we post the behind the scenes. And I think that just opens up like a whole other level of just practicing like what we preach. Now, when Kyle and I partnered up, this is kind of something that I pitched, that we should be shooting like a lot of behind the scenes, like cinematic behind the scenes, how-to videos, and implementing them into like corporate edits rather than just music videos that I normally do. So I think it was just like combining what I was already doing for years into corporate videos, which I don't normally post behind the scenes on, and just merging them together and doing something completely different that hasn't been seen at a Saskatchewan-based level.
A lot of filmmaking YouTube channels don't talk about the business side of things. They're talking about the newest editing technique, the newest piece of gear, reviewing equipment. Business gets left on the back burner. But in order to become successful and go full-time as a filmmaker or start your own video production company, you need to know how to run a business. And I'm going to change that.
So what to expect on this channel going forward? One, the most important thing and why I made the decision to bring this YouTube channel into our video production company here at Subtle is just consistent content. I haven't been posting consistently on here because I've been so busy with Subtle's content, so I thought, why not just merge everything together? So we're planning to post upwards of 3 videos per week, all filmmaking based. You're going to be seeing behind the scenes on corporate videos. So if we're shooting an interview video, we're going to shoot a behind the scenes and show you guys what it's like to be on a corporate video set. And we're going to be breaking everything down exactly how I've done it before, but now we have a team of 4 talented videographers behind the lens and in front of the lens. So with that being said too, you're going to be able to see gear reviews, you're going to see lens reviews, camera reviews, pretty much anything you can think of film related, you're going to see it on this channel. So with all that being said, guys, this is Anastase with Subtle Cinematics, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.